Dr. Rich back at it again on the surgeon's table today. We got Linkin Park with Jay-Z with Numb. That's what we're going to be checking out today. But before we hop into the video, this is my first time checking out Linkin Park. So I did do a little bit of research on, Linkin Park. And I do want to send out my well wishes to, the loved ones of Chester. Rest in peace to him. It sucked reading, the article that I read about the whole situation. You never want to see something like that. But anyway, I did read that the group was put together in '96, and they have gone on a bit of a hiatus. Do you guys know if it's just they're literally just taking a break from music, or if they're like secretly putting some music together and just taking the time with it? Let me know in the comment section. Y'all recommended this video in yesterday's video, I believe it was, with Aerosmith and Run DMC, Walk This Way, which was a really, really dope collab. And I was speaking about how, I wish that there were more collaborations like this. And y'all like, oh, there's a few more, you got to check out, Jay-Z and Linkin Park. So I'm a man of the family. I'm a family man. Y'all ask and I'll give, So here we are. This is what we're going to be checking out today. Make sure you guys like, share, comment, and subscribe if you are new. Also, make sure you guys go and follow me on social media. All the links to all of my social media accounts will be typed up in the description box below, where you guys can DM me anything else that you guys would love to see. But without further ado, Linkin Park, Jay-Z, y'all both next up on the surgeon's table. Let's get surgical with it, baby. Let's rock.
Okay. You all right?
Hove.
Sounded good.
You good?
I think this is the loudest you've been all night. Thank you guys very much.
I think they could get louder. I think they could get louder.
A little louder?
Absolutely. I think they could get louder.
Can you guys get a little louder?
See what I'm saying?
Let's do this.
See what I'm saying? Thank you for making all that noise tonight. We really appreciate it. You're far too kind.
Oh.
Can I get an encore? Do you want more? Cook and roll with the Brooklyn Boys. The one last time. Need y'all to roll. Now,
What the hell are you waiting for?
Ooh.
there should be no more. So for one last time, people make some noise.
I like this instrumental already.
You know fresher than whole. Riddle me that.
Oh, and then put
The rest
some.
of y'all know.
Oh, and we put a little bass. I was digging it already with just the like that whole little with the little pads that he was tapping on. It was already sounding pretty smooth.
The rest of y'all know where I'm lyrically at.
Hold on,
Can't none of
hold
y'all.
on, let me run it back.
Who you know fresher than whole? Riddle me that. The rest of y'all know where I'm lyrically at. Can't
Yep.
none of y'all mirror me back. Yeah, hear me rapping.
He said, "Y'all know where I'm lyrically at." Hey, Hove is definitely up there. That's for damn sure. If you ain't listening to some Jay-Z, man, I haven't. I was a late bloomer in terms of Jay-Z. I didn't start listening to Jay-Z until like a while. So I still got a lot of tracks to go through in his catalog. I'll probably finish it off here on the channel. But man, the stuff that I have heard from him, I mean, it's some deep stuff. It's some deep stuff. He giving some game in a lot of his tracks, for real.
The rest of y'all know where I'm lyrically at. Can't none of y'all mirror me back. Yeah, hear me rap. It's like Hand G rapping his prime. Young
prime.
H.O. raps Grateful Dead. Back to take over the globe to break bread. I'm in Boeing Chest, Global Express. Out the country, but the blueberries still connect. On the low, but the yacht got a triple deck. But when you young, what the fuck you expect? Yep. Grand opening, grand closing. Goddamn, your man home, crack the can open again. Who you gonna find opening him with no pen? Just draw up inspiration.
Who you know that you gonna wait? Hold on. I gotta make sure I recite that correctly.
Home, crack the can open again. Who you gonna find opening him with no pen? Just draw up inspiration.
Who you gonna find doper than him with no pen? Who you gonna find doper? Talk your stuff, Jay-Z. Crack the can open again. Cracked it open again. Talk to me.
Who you gonna see? You can't replace him with cheap imitation. Can I get an encore? Do you want more? Cook and roll with the Brooklyn Boys.
Look at everybody. Look at everybody.
Now, after me, there should be no more. So for one last time, people make some noise.
Now what the hell are you waiting for?
Now look what you made me do. Look what I made for you. Knew if I paid my dues, how will they pay you? When they first come in the game and try to play you, then you drop a couple of hits. Look how they wave to you. Come on, see them.
When you first come in the game, they try to play you. Then you drop a couple of hits. Look how they wave to you. You know, I've said this time and time again before. Like, that's how I go, man. Like, and the crazy part about it is some of the people that's gonna hate the most is the ones that's the closest to you. Because they don't see it being done for themselves. So like, ain't no way you can do that. Ain't no way. You know, one of Jay-Z famous things that he said was you know, my uncle told me that I never sell 1 million records. I sold 1 million records like 1 million times. He like my own uncle, somebody I looked up to, told me that I couldn't do this thing, and I'm like, bro, Unc, I sold 1 million records like 1 million times now. What you talking? Like, what was up with that? You know. That's how I go, man. It's crazy. You know, and then as far as like people outside of that, you gonna always have people that's gonna hate, you know. But the gracious thing about that is, if you had nothing to hate on, you wouldn't have haters, you know. So that's one way to try to spin it around and look at it. That's a positive way to look at it. If you weren't doing anything for yourself, then you wouldn't have haters. The fact that you do have haters lets you know that you're on the right path. Nobody hates on a homeless person. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect, because there's all types of circumstances and situations that go into, you know, becoming homeless. I think people have a horrible idea of just all homeless people are fucking addicts and crazies. Like, no, there's a lot of shit that happens to cause homelessness or just being out on the street for a period of time, you know. But nobody hates on that individual. It's always the individual that is perceived to be in a higher position. You know, nobody hates on somebody that's perceived in a lower position than them, you know. So that's a better way to look at things, man. You know, I like to try to see the positive sides of things, you know.
How will they pay you? When they first come in the game and try to play you, then you drop a couple of hits.
Look how they wave to you.
Come on, see the Madison Square. The only thing that matters is just a matter of years. Yeah. Have it. J status appears to be at an all-time high. Perfect time to say goodbye. When I come back like Jordan, wearing the 4-5. It ain't to play games with you. It's to aim at you.
Ooh. I'm gonna disappear at my all-time high, then I'm gonna bounce back like 45, not to play with you. Ooh, I mean, Hov, listen, man, it has been a little while since you dropped was it the Magna Carta? Was it the Magna? I know he did the joint with Beyonce and himself, but the last solo album, it was the Magna Carta, wasn't it? With Holy Grail. There was a sample on, what sample was used in Holy Grail? Because I talked about that in one of the videos recently. Oh man. Anyway, that's another discussion for another day. But it's been a little while, Hov. We gonna need you to bounce back like 45. You know, we need you to come back into the game, brother. We need that.
When I come back like Jordan, wearing the
Yup.
4-5.
Yup.
It ain't to
Yup.
play games with you.
Yup.
It's to aim at you. Probably maim you. If I owe you and blow you to smith the rings,
Damn.
take one for your
If I
team.
owe you, I'ma
I need
blow you.
to remember one thing.
Smith the rings?
I came, I saw, I conquered.
Yup.
Record sales, sold out concerts. So motherfucker, if you want this encore, I need you to scream until your lungs get sore.
Tired of being what you want me to be. Feeling so faithless, just under the surface. I don't know what you're expecting.
Is this Chester Bennington? Hold on, I'm about to pull up his picture real quick. Because like I said, this is the first time I've ever checked out Linkin Park. So all this is new to me. Yeah, that looks like him. Let me know in the comment section if that's him. I believe it's him though. I believe it's him. Let me rewind that back.
What you want me to be. Feeling so faithless, just under the surface. I don't know what you're expecting of me.
walking in his shoes.
Every step that I take is another mistake to you.
Caught in the undertow, just caught in the undertow.
And every second I waste is more than I can take.
Every second I waste is more than I can take. I believe that's what he said. And I love that. I love that. You know, one of the things that I value the most is my time. It's my time. Don't waste my time. You waste my time and you're cut off, you know. I've cut off several people, you know. And the crazy part about it is they didn't understand. Like they didn't get it. It was like, bro, why, Rich, why ain't you texting back? Why ain't you hollering back at me? And I'm like, bro, like you don't get it. Like I told you the first 2 times when you wasted my time. Like, bro, don't do that. Don't do that. And you did it again. Like, my time is I value my time the most, and I think we all should, because time is something that you can't buy back. You can't create it. I don't care how rich you are. Jeff Bezos can't buy time. Bill Gates can't buy time. You know, Elon Musk can't create time. You know what I mean? Like, it's we have a finite amount of time. Once it's gone, it is gone. You know, like in the hourglass with the sand. Once that grain of sand drops, you can't get that back. It's gone. You know. So I value my time the most, man, because like I said, it's something that I realize, and I know that once it's gone, I cannot get that back. And I think we all need to value our time. You know, I don't think you may not need to go to the extreme that I go to as far as like cutting people off when they waste the time, but that's just my way of going about it, because like I value my time that much. It's one of my biggest pet peeves when people waste my time. I hate that the most. Like, don't waste my time. Like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, it just irks me. It really irks me. But anyway, let's hop back into it. That was a really, really dope collab right there, man. You know, with Jay-Z coming in, rapping, and then in the chorus, you know, you had what I believe was Chester, you know, coming in for the chorus, and then Chester came in at the end and had his own little verse. That was dope. That was well put together. This is what I mean when I say, you know, we need more collabs. This was masterful right here. This was beautiful music. You know, we definitely need and continue to need more stuff like this, you know. Just the coming together of just different genres and just different kinds of individuals from different backgrounds, and you know, because like we don't need to be separate. You know, somebody said something very, very interesting in the last video in the comment section, and they said you know, we've become more and more apart now that front porches have started to disappear. I was like, whoa, wow. You know, I never thought about it that way. You know, I guess back in the day, and it makes sense, a lot of people, you know, chilled on your neighbor's porch and, you know, just had conversations with, you know, each other. Now it's all online, and now, you know, things get lost in translation, and now people just automatically assume if you disagree with them, if you're not in agreement with their statement, like it's all out war and you automatically hate them. Like, no, you fucking idiot. You just have different views on a certain topic. Like, as long as their viewpoint isn't directly harming you, then what's the problem? Now, obviously, if you're like fucking all Asian people or all white people or all black people should die, and you're talking to somebody of that race, then of course you gonna have some conflict. But that's obvious. You know what I mean? Like, that's an extreme case, you know. But for the most part, you know, people having disagreements is a great thing. It's a beautiful thing, and I mentioned that in yesterday's video. Like, it's about discussions, and I think people getting angry about, you know, individuals not agreeing with them is just a lack of them being able to articulate themselves well enough to create a, you know, a well enough argument to convince the other side of the discussion, you know, of the debate or whatever. You know, I think it's just a lack of education. That's the only thing that I can think of why you wouldn't just sit and have a discussion with someone. It's because you believe that you can't articulate yourself well enough to create a debate. You know, a good debate at least. If somebody disagrees with me, hey, let's sit down and let's talk about it. Well, let me get your point of view. You know, for everybody that's been on the channel, that's been part of the family for a while, y'all know, whenever there's a topic of discussion, I try to see both sides, regardless of whether or not I'm in agreement with it or not. I try to see both sides. Some people don't like it. I don't give a shit. I try to see both sides of the situation. I don't care if I agree with the other side or not. I'm going to try to see it from their point of view because I want to see their perspective. So explain to me. Explain to me, you know, your thinking on this subject here. You know, okay. Well, here's my reasoning why I think about it this way, and I think, you know, this is where we kind of get lost in this whole discussion and where it kind of goes left. And what is wrong with that? Like, I just don't get it. But anyway, thank y'all for sending me this Linkin Park Jay-Z collab. It was really, really dope. It was a beautiful piece. Absolutely loved it, man. This is definitely going on my playlist for sure from here on out. It might actually be the song of the day on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, link is in the description. It probably will be the song of the day, to be honest with you. But anyway, let me know what you guys thought about the video in the comment section below. Make sure you guys leave a like before you go. Smack that subscribe button. Should be right over there before you go. And check out that video that's right down there. You might like it. I'll see you guys in the next video, man. Dr. Rich, I'm out.